Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into something you might have heard about. High vibe living.
Hmm.
The basic idea, really, is that your internal energy, your mood, your vibe, influences what you attract in life.
Exactly. It's this fascinating connection between your inner state and what shows up externally.
So we're going to explore that connection today.
And our main source here is a pretty detailed YouTube video script. It really goes deep into raising your personal vibration.
Right, to speed up getting what you want, essentially.
That's the claim. So our mission is to pull out the key principles, the main techniques from this video, basically give you a shortcut to understanding this approach to personal growth.
Okay, sounds good. So let's start with the foundation, this concept of vibrations. The video mentions the law of vibration first. What's that about?
Well, the law of vibration, as it's presented here, it suggests that everything, literally everything in the universe, including us, is just energy. And this energy is always moving, vibrating at different speeds or frequencies. The core idea is that, attracts.
Like frequencies attract each other.
That's it. So if you're often in states considered low frequency, think fear, doubt, stress, that kind of thing,
Yeah.
the idea is you might unconsciously attract more experiences that match that frequency, more negativity, perhaps.
And the flip side.
The flip side is when you cultivate higher frequency states, joy, gratitude, love, a feeling of abundance, you're more likely to draw positive outcomes, opportunities, the things you desire into your life.
Interesting framing. Okay, so then the video brings in some neuroscience. How does our brain chemistry fit into this high vibe, low vibe picture?
Yeah, this is where it gets quite specific. It links positive emotions, gratitude, love, joy to the release of neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin.
The feel-good chemicals.
Right, dopamine, the reward signal, for instance. The video suggests these chemicals boost your overall well-being and your magnetism, as they put it.
Magnetism for attracting good things.
That seems to be the implication. And conversely, negative emotions like anger or fear trigger cortisol.
It's the stress hormone.
Exactly. And the video proposes that cortisol can actually lower your vibration and potentially block you from attracting what you want.
So there's a suggested biological mechanism.
Yes, and they even mention Harvard research suggesting positive thinking can, over time, literally rewire your brain for success. Neuroplasticity, basically.
Okay, so forming new pathways through repeated positive thought.
That's the idea presented.
And what about the spiritual angle the video mentions?
From the spiritual perspective, drawing on, ancient wisdom and sometimes analogies from quantum physics, it talks about our energy field, our aura.
Okay.
And the idea is for good things to flow to you easily, this energy field needs to be sort of clear and vibrating at a high frequency.
Makes sense intuitively, maybe.
Yeah, and they use that common feeling as an example when you're just happy and in a great mood, and suddenly opportunities seem to appear out of nowhere.
Right, things just click.
The video frames that as the universe responding to your higher vibe. It also drops that Wayne Dyer quote. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are.
That's powerful. Attracting what you are. Okay, so we have this base concept. Everything's vibration with some science and spiritual ideas mixed in.
Correct.
Now, the video gets practical. It lists 7 signs you might be in a low vibe state. Let's cover a couple. First up, chronic stress and overwhelm. Why is that considered low vibe?
Well, the explanation is that constant anxiety keeps your body stuck in fight or flight mode.
Right, that stress response.
Yeah, and this ongoing stress is presented as creating an energetic blockage. It hinders the flow of, abundance, good things, into your life.
Okay, and the fixes.
Pretty practical stuff, actually. Things like regular breath work, just simple breathing exercises, getting out in nature more often.
Grounding yourself.
Exactly. And also setting boundaries, learning to say no to things or people that consistently drain your energy, protecting your own resources.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Being constantly stressed definitely doesn't feel like an open state.
Yeah.
Sign number 2 they mentioned is negative self-talk, our inner critic. How does that lower the vibe?
The video really emphasizes how much our subconscious beliefs shape our reality.
Okay.
So when that inner voice is constantly critical, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, you know the drill.
We all know it.
Those thoughts are seen as actively lowering your vibrational frequency. The suggested fix is to consciously counter them with positive affirmations, actively replacing the negative script. They give an example like, I release all low vibe thoughts, my energy is a powerful manifesting force.
So consciously choosing a different inner dialogue.
Pretty much like reprogramming your mind's background track.
Okay, sign number 3,
Mm.
toxic relationships. How do people affect our energy?
They use the term energy vampires, which is quite vivid.
Yeah.
People who, through constant negativity, criticism, or just taking without giving back, drain your emotional energy.
We've probably all known someone like that.
Right. And the video says they literally lower your frequency. The advice is straightforward. Protect your peace.
Meaning,
Set clear boundaries. Or sometimes you might need to create distance for your own well-being. They have this line, your vibe attracts your tribe. Choose wisely.
choose your circle carefully because it impacts your energy. Got it.
And the video covers 4 more signs, things like feeling stuck, poor health habits, lack of gratitude, clutter. But the core idea is similar. Identify what drains you.
Okay, so becoming aware of those energy drains is key. Now let's shift gears to chapter 3, the quick fixes, the 5-second high vibe boost. Tell us about a couple of those.
Yeah, these are meant to be really fast in-the-moment shifts. One is called power posing.
Power posing.
You literally just stand tall, adopt a confident posture, think of Superman or Wonder Woman for just 5 seconds.
Seriously, just standing differently.
That's the technique. The idea is this small physical shift can give you an immediate confidence boost and change your energy. Amy Cuddy's work, essentially.
Interesting. Okay, what's another one?
The gratitude snap.
Gratitude snap.
Yeah, you physically snap your fingers and at the same time consciously say thank you out louder in your head.
Like an instant pattern interrupt.
Exactly. It's designed to pull you out of a lower state, maybe complaining or worrying, and instantly shift your focus to gratitude.
Which is presented as a high vibe state.
Right. A quick way to tap into that feeling of abundance, like hitting a little mental reset button. There are a few others, but those give you the flavor.
Simple, quick tools. Okay, then chapter 4 moves on to something more sustained. The ultimate high vibe routine. What does a high vibe day look like, according to the video?
It suggests building specific routines for morning and evening to consistently lift your vibration.
Okay, what's the morning look like?
Starts with just 5 minutes of meditation. The goal is to align your energy with your intentions for the day.
Setting a tone.
Exactly. Then getting some actual sunlight, if possible, and hydrating well. Natural energy boosters.
Makes sense.
And finally, listening to a high vibe music playlist, something uplifting. They even mention a Spotify link might be available.
Music definitely affects mood. What about the evening routine?
The focus shifts to winding down positively. First, a digital detox, stepping away from screens, especially negative news, an hour or so before bed.
Good advice generally.
Definitely. And then manifestation journaling, using a specific prompt like, I am so happy now that, and writing about your desire as if it's already happened.
Feeling it into reality, kind of.
That's the idea. And the video stresses consistency. It suggests trying these routines for 21 days, the classic habit-forming period for potentially big shifts.
Building intentional habits, right? Chapter 5 then talks about the fastest way to attract desires. What's the secret sauce here?
The core concept is really embodying the state of having what you want. Live as if it's already yours.
Okay, but what does that mean practically?
It's more than just thinking about it. It's about feeling the emotions associated with having it, the joy, the relief, the gratitude.
Feeling it now.
Yes, and acting in alignment with that reality. Maybe dressing differently, taking actions you'd take if it were true, operating from that place of knowing it's done.
So aligning your feelings and actions with the desired outcome.
Exactly. The underlying principle is that the universe, or reality, will then match that energy you're putting out. You become what you're attracting.
And they give an example, right? A success story.
They do. They share a story about a woman, Sarah, 28 apparently, who visualized her dream job intensely for 30 days.
Oh.
And according to the video, she landed the job and it came with a 50% pay raise.
Wow. Okay, so that's presented as evidence for this live as if principle.
It's certainly a compelling anecdote they use to illustrate the point.
Definitely paints a picture. Okay, so wrapping up our deep dive into this high vibe video, what's the main headline message?
I think the core takeaway is that your personal energy isn't just passive, it's an active force. The video calls it a superpower.
A superpower.
Yeah, suggesting it plays a really key role in shaping your experiences and what you attract. And by consciously working to raise your vibration, using these kinds of techniques.
The routines, the mindset shifts.
Right. You can potentially speed up the process of manifesting your desires. That's the central promise.
And for you listening, if this resonates, what's the suggested first step?
The video explicitly encourages viewers to just pick one tip, whichever one stood out or felt easiest, and just start trying it.
Don't get overwhelmed. Just start somewhere.
Exactly. Take that first step to actively engage with your own energy. Oh, and they also mention a bonus checklist you can download, like a PDF guide.
A practical tool.
Yep, to help integrate these ideas.
Okay, so that brings us to our final thought. Considering everything we've discussed, all this focus on personal energy and vibration, if we take this idea of interconnected energy seriously, as the video suggests, how might intentionally raising your vibe, your personal frequency, not just impact your own life,
Right, your own manifestations.
but also potentially ripple outwards? How might it affect your interactions with others, or even, the collective energy around you?
That's a really interesting question to ponder, isn't it? Beyond just personal gain, what's the wider impact?
Definitely something to think about.